Well, to be honest, you don't really need to do any smoking up and for a long time in your
Yeah,
bracket.
yeah.
Yeah, you really don't need smoke.
Okay.
And as for D-wards, again, you don't really need to do D-warding too much. Just a couple of main D-ward spots, like the full camp. That's
Hmm.
important, and of course the rune wards. That's important,
Hmm.
and then the high ground wards near the in the radiant side. There's
Yeah,
one
yeah,
between, yeah, those high ground wards. But those are pretty much straightforward. So there's no tricky ward spots that you need to worry about at the moment. And also dewarding wise, it's more important to get the wards up rather than get the dewarding down. I mean, in the 2K bracket, even in the 3K or 4K bracket, you're not expected to play that sacrificial, 3,000 net
yeah,
worth at the end of 40-minute sort of support. So, and also if you do that, it's highly likely you're going to lose more games than you're going to win because in your bracket, if you are not putting any net worth on yourself and you're being a
hmm,
dedicated support, then if your carry makes a single mistake, you're basically putting everything on your carry, and
yeah,
most likely your carry is within your bracket as well, and he's gonna throw away that net worth that he has that you've
yeah.
invested so much in, and basically what's gonna happen is he's gonna die, he's gonna feed or die, and
Hmm.
then the rest of you guys are not gonna have anything on yourselves either, so you're gonna end up
Yeah.
being not so good in a position. So buying too many wards, smoking, that's I would highly advise against that, especially in up until maybe 4K or mid 4K.
Okay.
Dewarding is important, yes. If you are slightly ahead, then you should deward the common spots, but that's about it. Save your
Okay.
money, buy essential items. Of course, buy the courier, upgrade the courier at 3 minutes exactly. Keep a TP on yourself. Always,
Hmm.
always keep a TP on yourself. Pretty much with the first 50 gold that you get, if you don't take a TP to begin with, which is obviously not always possible. You have to get sentry
Yes.
observers and send, what do you call it, uh, tangos and clarity. So
Hmm.
TP at the start is not worth it. You don't really need it. But with your first 50 gold, do go to the side shop and get a TP, because if your mid lane needs it, then and you do TP in to save him, then you will
Hmm.
automatically win the mid. Give your mid laner a huge advantage. Something that the enemy team is not going to be giving their mid laner.
Yeah.
So it's just small, very very small things that you're trying to give yourself advantage, because uh, some games. So there are three lanes, right? Off lane you're
Yes.
not worried about at all. You don't give a shit.
Hmm.
Right, off laner is feeding. It's too bad. You can't do anything as a support. You can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
Maybe give him some, psychological support, or
Be
not
his
psychological.
cheerleader. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't worry, man. It's okay. You
Game's
know.
hard.
And then he says "Suka Blad," so you just mute him. It's all good. But you're in the
Oh
US,
man.
so it's probably not gonna happen. It's probably gonna be
Yeah.
some PNO or something. But if he's dying, just tell him go jungle Iron Talon, whatever.
Yeah.
Mid lane, yes, you can. You can if the mid laner. If you see at the beginning of the game that the mid laner is going to have a hard time, there's a spirit breaker in the game. There's a Ricky in the game, or some ganker or something. Put a sentry ward down in the mid. Put an observer down somewhere in mid. Like if there's a spirit breaker, put an observer ward down near the
Hmm.
near the your carry lane, so that you will see spirit breaker charging in or something
Charging.
like
Yeah.
yeah. So and keep a TP ready. So as soon as your mid is being ganked, dying or something, you TP in immediately, and you hopefully you have a defensive support, or even like an offensive, whatever. You have a stun
Yeah.
or something. You throw that out and you help him out. Uh, and basically, there's two situations. You don't do that. If you don't do that, your mid guy dies, right? If he
Hmm.
dies once, twice, three times, he's probably going to tilt hard, and the enemy mid is going to start snowballing, and then you're going to put yourself in a really tough position
Yeah.
most games. The other situation is your mid laner is doing fine. He's winning anyway, so good for you. You don't need to worry
Hmm.
about mid. And then top lane, obviously, is where you're going to have the most impact. Obviously, as a support, you must have seen these TI people these days, and
Yeah.
the most the what I advise people in like sub 5K, I would say, even like within my like my friends, I tell them like, okay, you're watching TI, but please
Yeah.
don't try to do that same shit in your bracket. But it
Exactly.
just does not work. Just
Hmm.
doesn't work. Um, if you start zoning out, trying to zone out the offlaner, uh, most likely he has no idea what he's doing,
Yeah.
and your carry is not going to have any idea what he's doing. So if
Yeah.
you start doing something that you think is the right thing to do, let's say you start zoning out the offlaner is going to be like, oh, he's hitting me. Well, I'm just going to hit him
Yeah.
back. He starts hitting you. And then your carry looks at that and the carry goes like, oh, wow, they're fighting. I must help my support. He stops
Hmm.
farming and he comes and helps you out. And
Yeah.
let's say it's a void, and then he jumps on you, and sorry, he jumps on the offlane, and the void just like time walks away, and suddenly your carries just missed out 200 CS.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry, not 200 CS, 200 gold off zone out the offlaner. If you think your hero can zone out the offlaner, if it's just a single offlaner, which is likely because they're gonna have a jungler as well, right? There's always junglers,
Hmm.
so you can attempt to do it, and always tell your carry like, don't follow me. Don't come in. Don't bother trying to kill him. Where I'm just zoning him out. You just
Yes.
go and farm. Right? You
Focus on
just farm.
farming. Yeah.
Exactly. And if you think that there is kill potential, like let's say there's a carries a Sven, so he's got a pretty good stun, and you're a vengeful
Yeah.
spirit, and the offlaner is, let's say, I don't know, a Pudge, for example. He's got no mobility, and he doesn't have time walk or anything like that. So if you bring Pudge down to half health or something like that, you tell the Sven like, let's go, kill him. So,
Yeah.
but other than that, just keep him farming. Like information is extremely important, but you have to use that information, and if nobody is using that information, then like, why do you even bother with the words?
Yeah.
Like, more or less, you're putting the words down just to keep your teammates happy, nothing else. Yeah. if there
Exactly.
are if you put a word down, and the mid lane is highly unlikely, it's very unlikely he's actually going to see people rotating in or anything like that. Like, all he's gonna do is, after he dies, he's gonna be like, "Oh, he didn't put the words down." As soon as he
Yeah.
starts typing that in, where's the words? He looks at it, he's like, "Oh, okay,
Hmm.
there were words." So he's
Hmm.
probably still gonna rage at you for some reason or not. But
It's true.
anyway, yeah. So my main point was that you should try if zoning out is possible, that's fine. But otherwise, you
Okay.
should try to get your creep stacking. You do as much
Yes.
creep stacking as you can.
Hmm.
Small camp, stack it, pull it every minute, and that's how you get your XP and your what do you call it, a gold. And
Yep.
try to babysit your carry as much
And
as
allow him
possible.
to get that solo XP and
Yeah,
that CS,
exactly,
hopefully
exactly.
safely.
Yeah. Which game do you wanna?
um, I like the Omni game at the bottom on the
This
4th of
one,
August. Yeah, that one's good.
this one.
Mm.
The best games to watch are the games which are not a storm.
Oh wait, yeah.
Mm,
What was I thinking?
this
Let's
looks
go with
like it.
the Shadow Shaman loss right there.
This one,
Yeah.
right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Um,
With the Ursa.
with the Ursa. Oh, okay, that's a pretty good pairing. If it, oh wow, look, first time.
Yeah, we set up lots of really good ganks. Um, and
Wait,
then the
is there Ursa jungling?
mm-mm, the Ursa was in lane.
So Slark was
So, yeah, it was a
off
Slark
lane.
off lane. That's why we
Okay,
lost.
right.
Oh, it was so stupid.
Yeah, well, what are you gonna do?
Nothing. Yeah, it's fine. We still had fun.
Slark offlane with Axe against this guy Sven.
Sven.
Yeah, that's not gonna do anything. That's where is the? I want to see XP per minute. I want to see the total XP.
Before we start, I just want to make sure you can't hear the TV in the background.
I can.
Is it too loud? Do you want me to turn this down? Sorry.
If you could turn this down, it would be pretty good. Right. So as a support and as most supports, your main focus needs to be XP. Well, compared to gold between gold and XP, you want XP. That's the most important. And Rasta is extremely important because you depend on this level six to well, all supports depend on the level six to do something.
Mm,
Rasta depends on his level six to get the tower. So you really want to time pushing and tell your carry that he needs to time pushing with your ulti. Like as soon as you have ulti, which is going to be around the 10-minute mark roughly, or let's say the 11-minute or 12-minute mark. Um, at let's say you're level five, your XP is like halfway through. You're getting a Tomb of Knowledge
hmm
sent out to you, so you tell your carry like start pushing out the lane, and you do a single pull camp, a single pull, and you start pushing out the lane, and you lay the wards down at the tower, or
hmm
if you've got an Ursa, then you can most likely do something around the Rosh pit if
Yeah.
you fear that Ursa is going to get ganked. Now, your starting items, want to go on your starting items first. You have what a single ward observer.
I
Did
couldn't afford the TP at the end. As you can see, we lost gold once.
um did you didn't buy two wards though? Did you? You did.
I think I did. Yeah.
You gave one ward.
I
What
gave one
the
to.
hell? Okay.
No, maybe I didn't. Did I give it to mid? Did
Yeah,
I give
you
it to
gave it to
Shadow Fiend?
SF.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gave it to SF. Um, you don't need iron branches. Well,
Okay.
I'm not a big fan of iron branches on support.
Mm.
I'd rather buy. See, that's 100 gold and these two clarities. Although two clarities are really nice to
hmm
have at the start, I'd rather. Okay, so depending on what kind of lane you have, you either want to skip out on tangos or you want to skip out on clarities, and you
Okay.
want to buy a windlace
Yeah, movement speed. So
because
I
because
can
the
zone and harass better.
exactly it's going to be really important in your bracket, especially because the enemy like I'll show you a little trick here as well. It's something that I've been using since the TP became 50 gold, and then
hmm
suddenly well, I don't watch a lot of pro matches, but I've seen obviously a lot of pros doing that as well. In fact, one guy, I think it's I forgot his name, but he does it pretty much every game almost. And I'll show you that trick. And also,
Okay.
you could have. I hope Hero went for shoes early. I didn't. Okay. Because it's a solo off lane. Or this guy, what's his
Mm.
Earthshaker.
Slark. Yeah.
Earthshaker. Solo
Yeah.
offlane
Earthshaker. Yeah.
Earthshaker. So if you have a windlace, Ursus got boots. You pretty much every single time he comes to the lane, you guys kill him quite easily, very very easily.
Yeah.
Like essentially, you're gonna kill him two times or three times, and then he's just gonna stop coming to the lane, so you can start doing other things. So you should like um, I'm not going to say you should recognize that, but you should start looking at these things and like
Okay.
changing your
Yeah.
skill build accordingly. Now,
Definitely.
okay, so the ward here. Why did you place the ward here?
Uh, vision for any ganks coming from the radiant side off lane. So if they're coming through the jungle, through the top of the jungle, down behind
Uh,
myself and Ursa.
like from here.
Yes.
Okay, so at level in the first 2 to 3 minutes, that's not going to happen.
Okay.
But what you should do with your this ward is you should either put it
Right
here.
there.
Yeah,
QPs.
that's
Yeah.
my favorite one. If you
I mean, throughout the game, as we get into like the 6 to 10 minute mark, I usually will drop wards there on that corner. That's
yeah
like one of my personal favorite ward spots too.
uh okay
But I also stack a lot when I'm laning with hero. I
yeah
think in this game I got 4 or 5 out of the medium camp.
okay
So I guess it kind of serves a dual purpose to keep that safe, but they don't really have much. I mean, they have the Legion Commander and the Sven, to take the
yeah
camps out, but not at a really early level.
no it's
So it really is useless.
also
Yeah.
yeah also the also you need to recognize who's gonna gank who's going to be coming
Mm,
in, timings. Sven is not going to do anything at all
true.
until
He's gonna fall.
like, yeah, 15 minutes into the game, where he maybe gets a blink dagger and makes his first move or something. This guy is not going to do anything at all,
Yeah.
and even if like he can't do anything at all until he gets his radiance. Which if he rushes radiance, which I highly doubt he's going to do that, I doubt he's going to go omelet. So you can look for the radiance around the 12, 13 minute mark. So he's not going to do anything till then. Ancient Apparition is a very stagnant support. He's not going to move
Yeah.
out of this lane very much. Even if he does, he's not going to offer much to any gank at all. Legion Commander is going to look for that Blink Dagger at around the 10-minute mark. So
Yep.
he's not coming in until 10 minutes as well. And then you've only got to worry about Earthshaker pretty much. And also when it comes to the TPing to the mid lane, yeah, you don't need to worry about that either this game, most likely, because high chance SF gets ganked or dies at all, because SF is going to have pretty much full health throughout, I hope.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure he's going to die.
Yeah.
So let's see. And he's probably going to die just to the acid spray tick as well, I think.
Exactly.
He's not even going to anyway, so this ward would have served best being around here, because
Up
then you
there.
can
Okay.
see Earthshaker's movements, and
Mhm.
if he comes in close, you just
Go
throw down
back
a
and
few
harass him.
hits. Yeah, throw down a few hits, shackle him, set up for a gang or something like that, and then at around the 2 minute mark, or after, not 2 minute mark, after SF gets his, sorry, at around 30 seconds, or whenever you have this off cooldown, which is going to be around 1 minute mark, just
Yeah.
buy the ward and keep it in the courier, and keep an eye out when SF buys his bottle and sends it out to himself. Start working this way, bring the courier to yourself. The courier is going to walk up on the high ground, come to you, and then you just drop the ward either on this side or this side, whichever side you want.
Yeah.
It really doesn't matter. They both function slightly differently, but
Okay.
to be honest, for you, um, actually, since you have an Ursa, it's better to place the ward here, because that way you have a little bit more time
Secure
to
the
see.
Roche as
Yeah,
well.
exactly. Just to secure the Roche, and also keep an eye out on the mid rune ward, and also any rotations. So that then you've got both sides of your lane covered. You've got a ward here, and you've got a ward here. And similarly, as when we talk about the Radiant, it's actually even better, because you don't even need a ward here. For the Radiant, you can actually put it here. You know this side, this what?
Yes, I
Actually,
do. The
actually
ward
this,
spot right there.
yeah. Actually, if you look at this guy, can I? Oh, he's actually placed that board right there.
Cheeky. Yeah.
Pretty good. I don't know. Okay, here we go. So yeah, that's where you should. That's where your board should be.
Perfect.
Okay, let's see. All right, just try to always check the inventory of the.
Okay.
You want to see if he's got a lot of regen,
Hmm.
what items. If he has Iron Talon, if he has an Iron Talon, then try to keep him within, like, try to give him a little bit more space. Don't force him to go to the jungle, because he's gonna get more out of the jungle.
Yeah.
So you wanna be aggressive on him, like keep him out of XP range as much as possible, but not like completely zone him out. You want to keep giving him some amount of levels as well,
Okay.
just so that he doesn't get, at least he's getting levels here, but he's not getting farm. But if he goes to the
Yeah.
jungle, then he's getting both. So
Hmm.
like right now he's just leeching the XP, but you don't know what items he has. Maybe he doesn't have Iron Time. Maybe he's just got like a couple of regen and that's it. So this is
Yep.
where you have to just right click him and zone him out. But you don't know what he has. So,
Watch
and
this.
also
This is ridiculous. Like this gets
also
it gets so stupid in
okay,
this forest right
let
now.
me tell you something right here. This was a kill, guaranteed 100% kill. You
If I
just
click
walk
him,
here, around here. You stand. You just start walking here, and you tell Ursa to go and right click him. He's trapped in
see,
here.
we do kill him though. That's the thing. It's just a shit show.
To be honest,
Eventually,
actually, even right now, you should just tell Ursa to go here.
go around.
No,
Yes,
yeah, just
exactly.
go here, and he'll think maybe Ursa's going to get some boots or something, and then you just stand here. So again, you trap him. There's so many ways. You could have just used shackle and trap. Like there's so many ways, but Yeah. Okay, you guys do trap him, I guess. You don't trap him.
We'll find him.
Okay, here he is. So again, a chance
And
to
I'm
trap him.
I'm just hitting him. Ursa's farming, and then now he's coming in.
Like that was too easy of a. Oh my god. Oh, now he's
Look at
trapped.
right.
Oh my
See, I just
god.
trapped him right there in the trees.
Oh, did he trap you in the trees? Yeah, he
Yeah.
trapped you,
Yes.
and then he's trapped.
I'm
Okay.
pinging it out. I'm panicking. I hit him with the first shackle right here. I'm pretty sure.
You could have actually had a solo kill on him if you'd
I
shackled at the
wanted
start.
to
If
wanted
you'd
to yeah.
if you'd
Ursa
shackled
not.
at the start, then you would have your second shackle would have been off. Okay, it's off
Yep.
cooldown anyway. Okay. Wow, you actually get a solo kill on him.
I let the Ursa have it. Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't deserve to take that. To be very honest
He
with you,
did. I know, right? I worked so hard for it.
that should have been yours solo. Yeah, especially when he just kept farming and didn't come for that, so it wasn't supposed to be his. Okay, so that happened.
Yeah. See, I told you it's a party in the forest.
All right. So what I was gonna tell you was
Yes.
you wanna try to use all your. So let's say Earthshaker has just tangos, four tangos. What you could have done is you could have spammed out shackles on him at the
Hmm.
beginning, and even now you can use like clarity gives you 190 mana, so you can use two more shackles on him, and
Hmm.
you use two more shackles on him, especially when you've got an Ursa. Every time you shackle this guy, it's a
It's a
kill.
chance to
uh
yeah.
no, it's a guaranteed kill, especially because he's got boots of speed now, so it's a
Hmm.
kill every
It's
single
true.
time. So you use it out. You use two more shackles, and then you just commit. You buy your items. And the
Hmm.
thing, the good thing with support is the most expensive the item you're gonna buy is probably gonna be 50 gold. You know, you buy a TP, you buy a smoke, or you actually try not to buy smokes. Just forget about smokes. You buy another clarity or something. Most likely TP is gonna be the best one, and then you just commit suicide. Easy, easy, quick going back to the base, and easy filling up mana, and then you
Yep.
TP to mid lane, place a ward down or whatever, refill his bottle or something, and then you go back to the lane. So that's
Hmm.
another really good way to maximize your mana efficiency. It really is this
Yeah.
is the best when you have something like a Skywrath Mage, and that's I think the guy in the pro games who does that a lot. He plays Skywrath Mage, and he just spams. Uh, he finishes his entire mana at level one, and then just
Oh
goes and
jeez.
commits suicide.
Really?
Yeah,
And then comes back and I mean TP's back and then just does it all over again?
not all over again because he's most
Um,
likely going to be level two by then. But yeah, you can do it. I even do it all the way up to level five because if I die, if I commit suicide somewhere around here, my
mhm.
respawn timer was still going to be something like 12, 15 seconds. You know,
Mhm.
so maximum 20
Yeah,
seconds. So it's still quicker than going back to base.
definitely. Yeah.
And you've stacked this up way too much. Okay. Now, a couple of things right here. You didn't get the rune at the 2 minute mark because
I
you were
did.
killing, yeah, you were killing this guy. But
Mm.
you definitely should have gone and checked, especially
Okay.
because you've got a ward now. So it's 4 minutes. So instead of stacking this for the third time, what you should have done is gone here, check the
Okay.
rune. If rune's not taken, take it. Maybe it's a haste. Pardon, maybe it's a haste rune or something. You can go, or in this rune, you can go and gank mid or harass mid at the very least. You put a ward down, and then you come back.
On
Um,
that on the note with the rune, because we had a jungling axe and he had said that he was going to be
okay,
controlling the bottom rune. It's still a good idea for me to like
go there,
secure
take the
it
ward.
and get
Yeah,
the ward down. Obviously, that's the first priority. But should I be letting him grab those runes if
yeah, yeah,
he's
definitely,
asking for
definitely,
them? Okay.
yeah, definitely. Right. So in this case, you don't want to get the rune, but you still want to go here, maybe even before the 2 minute or whenever, as soon as you have this
Yeah.
ward, you just want to go and place the ward.
Exactly.
Um, and then stacking. When it comes to stacking, you definitely don't want to stack this three times, 100%.
Okay.
And also, what you want to do is you want to try and double stack. So it's a solo offlaner. So in this
Hmm.
case, what you can do is you can pull through. Do you know how to pull through? Like pull
Of
this camp?
course,
Okay.
definitely.
So
I
you
just
can
like to pull from the big camp because it wipes the waves out faster.
right. You don't. Okay. So it is important to deny the offlaner that XP, that entire wave worth of XP. But it's I would for you. It's more important to get that double camp's
Farm. Yeah,
XP worth rather than that guy denying him the XP
that's true.
because you don't really care what he gets. You care about your XP. You care about your farm. You. All you should be bothered with is what you are getting. Right? If he's just standing here leeching XP, but at the same time you're literally pulling through every single minute, then you're gonna be level 6. Ursa's gonna be level 6. This guy is gonna be about level 5. It's level 6 as well, but
Perfect.
you're all three level 6. What does that mean?
Yep.
That means you and Ursa
We
like
have two
combined your
ults.
level.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
it's nice.
combined level 12 almost. But right now, what's happening is you're level 2. Ursa is probably level 3. Okay, he's level 4, and this guy is level 3 almost. So you did kill him once. So that is obviously being factored in. But let's say you didn't kill him that time,
Hmm.
and he kept leeching XP. He would have been level 4 as well, 100%. So that
Yep.
what happens then is Ursa's level 4. This guy is still level 4, but you're still stuck at level 3, or you're still
Yep.
stuck at level 3. In fact, you just turned level 3 just now.
Hmm.
So you do want to get those pulls going for
Okay.
you.
I
And
see. I think my problem with stacking is I want to stack as much as I can so that my carries can take those camps down. But at this early stage in the game, there's no carry that can take those stacks down. I need to use them so that I can give him the solo XP in the farm, and I myself can get that XP in the farm from the camps
actually,
and
S
deny the experience.
actually SF can get that. SF can get that very very easily,
The
but
Aether Shock.
that's not. Sorry, no, that's not your job though.
Okay.
Because you are pretty much a solo. So if this was a tri lane, then it's a whole different dynamic. Then your job is to pull through or stack and pull through.
Hmm.
One person's sole job is to keep
Harass.
zoning, harassing him out, and your job is to pull through and then go and stack a camp like this camp, this camp, this camp, and then
Okay.
like once you pull through, as soon as you pull through, you smoke gank and kill someone or do some other shenanigans like that, roam or
Yeah.
whatever. Definitely as a solo support, and especially in the 3K bracket,
Hmm.
2K bracket, that is not what you want to do at all. You don't
Okay.
want to be stacking for carries or whatever. That's a waste of your time,
Okay.
to be very honest with you. And 100% chances are that if you if you stack something, Axe is going to take it, and I wouldn't be
Yeah.
surprised if Axe does come and take this stack as well. So that's a
Hmm.
complete waste of your time. In fact, if you'd pull through, actually, let's actually see. I'm pretty sure Axe is going to take this if
Yeah,
he
I
sees
don't
it.
remember if he takes it or not.
But what you want to do is even if you double stack this and pull this through, then you definitely want to use one of your spells. Obviously, you don't have Aether Shock and you don't really have like a Vengeful Spirit throwing out a wave or something to clear
Yeah.
this stack faster. But most likely, you're not going to be able to clear this double stack even. If you have a
No.
double stack, you're not going to be able to clear it with a creep pull just without using spells. So you do want to clear out this camp as well. Whatever you stack, you want to clear that out so you get the XP. But obviously, in
Okay.
this case, you're not going to get any XP. So move. One more hit. There you go. Yeah. So this is exactly what you guys should have been doing from pretty much minute
From
one.
the start. Okay.
Yeah, you didn't need two levels in this because he is level 3 now, and he's got a fully upgraded magic wand, which does give him a lot of stats. So that gives him 4 stats. So that's 80 health,
Yep.
and obviously he's level 3. So that's I'm not sure what his health gain is, but I think he should have been around 600 HP.
Hmm.
So you guys still would have easily killed him at level
Okay.
1. Okay. Now, I noticed you did check the top lane. Um, or did you? I think you did.
Yeah, our Slark was failing up there. He was having a really hard time.
Right, just because your offlaner or mid laner calls out for you, does not mean you just TP in.
Okay.
Right, you do want to always check, um, like click and check. Yeah, like click and check like this. What's going
Oh
on?
yeah,
Right.
he was getting ganked. That's right. He was close to dying, so I think that's why I went in. I don't
Yeah, but you
remember
didn't need to go in if
that,
he's
but
close
I
to
didn't
dying.
exactly. Yeah, I see that now.
Because at that time, like both the enemies were at full health, and Slark
Hmm.
had enough. Like he was more than half. at that time, and he could have easily gotten away, which he did. So it's fine that you got up here to take some last hits and denies and whatnot. Sorry, last hit and XP. Really, you really didn't need to waste that TP here.
Okay. All right.
And you put a ward down for Slark, which is nice. And now that you are top, then you should be standing within the XP range and try to, holy shit, that's a big stack. Try to get as much of this XP as possible, because now you do get some XP from what do you call it? This wave dying to
Yep.
neutrals as well. Before you didn't. Right. If your
Kill
Ursa
this
is
guy.
having a fine time, he's not being harassed so much, which he isn't. So staying up here is okay. That's okay. Um, but you are at like less than half mana, so
Yeah.
you pretty much can use only one spell.
One spell.
Yeah. So what you should do is ferry out a couple of wards and and a TP and a
Here we go.
clarity.
Yeah.
And what you want to do is, with this ward, you should have blocked this camp. I can't. I'm trying to press Alt and looking at
Yeah,
the.
I can't see it either. Yeah, I don't know if I put it. I think I put it within its range, right within the corner of the box,
Okay.
if I'm not mistaken.
Um, having a ward, blocking this camp when there's a carry, like, okay, this guy that definitely did not need to come up here. Having a ward blocking this camp uh, earlier on, especially to carry like Sven or
Alchemist.
not Alchemist.
Not
Alchemist,
Al-
I don't know why Alchemist was up here either. Like carry who can farm this side camp pretty quickly, and Sven and Slarg are two of the popular ones who can farm it really quickly. Blocking is actually huge because you limit their farm really,
Okay.
and also
No,
the
yeah, that makes
full
absolute sense.
potential.
Yeah.
Okay, this is way too deep now. That's not even worth it.
No. He gets it though.
Yeah, it's not worth it. You just took a kill, 330 gold, and you've missed out two waves of creeps, which is already worth 500 gold, and
Okay.
that's just the carry. And then that's your time wasted, and this guy was here, and then SF was rotating in. Okay, so he gets 500 gold as well. But he only made it worth his time, not anybody
Yeah.
else's time.
Not anyone
And
else's.
actually, at that whole during that whole time, this guy has been solo farming and solo
Bottom. Yeah.
XPing. So at this time, him as the offlaner is much higher level than even their jungler,
Yep.
and he's nearly the same XP as your mid laner. So it's pretty huge.
That is huge. And
What you
Earthshaker is a very big impact player.
what you should have done is just stayed in the lane and made this into a carry lane and this into the off lane, because Ursa is fine on his own against Shaker.
That makes sense. Yeah.
This is a really tough game, man.
It is.
It's always tough to do things. No, it's a tough game for you because you picked Rasta.
Yep.
If you were something like a Dazzle or an Omni who just pretty much sticks to one hero and just your job is throwing out heals and just whenever wards are up, just buy a ward and put it wherever you want near the
Mm-hmm.
lane. It's fine. And also when yours is going jungle, when yours is going to Roshan, you want ideally, if you have the gold, you want two wards. God damn it. You want one ward up in this high ground,
The high ground.
and you want one ward. Here is fine. Here is fine. If you can get this deep, this is fine. But if you just have one ward, just put a ward here,
Okay.
either here or here. And to be honest, I like this one more. So, but it's both of these are fine. But you don't want a ward here. This is not a useful ward. Oh, you go and put two wards anyway.
Yeah,
All
I think
right,
I
so
put one up there. Yeah.
this one is fine. This is perfect. But the other one should have been here. And this is exactly why the other one should have been here, so that you can see
Yeah.
if somebody's
You could
coming
have
in
seen him
from
coming
this
around.
side. Yeah. And you're going to kill him as well. Oh, one more. There we go. Didn't need the Echo Stomp.
I
Echo
took
Stomp?
the
Earth
kill
Shock.
actually.
Alright, why is this guy coming in now?
I have no
Yeah,
clue.
the thing with Rhasta is that you're very, very high mana costs. You've got very high
Yep.
mana cost spells, and you are not um like you
Yeah,
are a
he's not
good.
my first pick for supports.
Yeah,
I just like the lineup with Ursa because it's kind
yeah,
of
yeah,
it's a
yeah.
good
There's huge
wombo
kill
combo.
potential,
Yeah, it picks on
definitely.
people.
But there's no defensiveness
Yeah,
in your draft. And if you pick something
exactly.
like Rasta and you're the only support, that Rasta is a horrible solo support because Rasta is a
So true.
greedy support.
Yeah.
He cannot heal anybody. He cannot save anybody. All he can do is just shackle somebody, and he's just standing
Yep.
there with his, pretty much dick in his hand, and he's not doing
It's
anything
true.
else.
It's
Just
true.
like
So
come and kill me, you know.
yep.
So it's as a solo support, it's pretty weak. And
Yep.
when it comes to ganking, then he's not even going to be able to gank because he's a solo support. So you can actually remove ganking from Rasta as well as a solo support.
Yep.
Most likely, like in this case, it's different. It's a one lane even with Ursa solo, so it's
Hmm.
a different story. But even then, most times if you're solo queuing, you can't leave Ursa with a solo this guy either because most likely Ursa is going to die
Yeah.
with
Definitely.
random creeps or something. Um, so yeah, you as a solo support, you have to babysit people, but it's really tough with Rasta. Yeah, this is yeah. There you go. This is utilizing Rasta to the full potential. But now you've got level 6. You have pushed out the lane, but you have no mana, and
Yep.
this comes back to the point where you have high mana mana
Man
cost
costs.
spells, and you use your spells one or two times, and you don't have clarities or whatnot, or you haven't prepared for it. So then you pretty much useless. So that's
Yep.
why maybe yeah, earlier on, um, killing yourself
Hmm.
is a good idea.
Yeah.
Also, now that you do have ulti up, you should always look to either secure an objective with it.
Yep.
Roshan, be it
Push
Roshan,
objectives. Yeah.
M- most likely not Roshan because at this stage, in this like as we already discussed, this guy and Alchemist, like their carry and mid aren't going to be able to do anything at all. Yeah,
Hmm.
this guy is a big issue, but if you've got a good ward down and you see him coming, then while he's going into the Rosh pit, you can just shackle him and Ursa can kill him quite easily.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you don't want to put these in the Rosh pit.
Yeah, I mean the beginning of this game started out extremely strongly. I mean 9-0. It was looking really good, but the Slark offlane just it couldn't hold up. He didn't get enough
No,
farm.
no, it's just not going to be. Slark is a very very farm dependent carry in the early game. He at least needs his Shadow Blade to
Exactly.
do anything at all, and until he gets his level 6, he's worse than a support. He's got
Yeah,
nothing at all.
it's true.
So to be honest, I would have liked Ursa to be going the off lane, and
Farming up top.
yeah,
Yeah.
because Ursa can actually go to this side camp, farm the side camp, go back to the lane, and like sort of semi jungle.
Yep.
Pretty much what offlaners do these days: get an Iron Talon and go jungling. So he could have done that quite easily, but you guys were forced to send Slark. But it's fine because um, your Ursa right now is doing pretty well,
Yes.
and you guys just dove a tier 2 without even having a tier 1. But you both, oh, this guy died, so not a
Yeah,
queen.
axe. I
Let's
think
see
yeah,
what your
Alchemist.
positioning was. Okay, you went behind this tower. I would have rather liked you to when these guys were being idiots and go. So you don't want to follow your as Rasta. Now
Hmm.
this is a slight issue when I'm teaching you support here because Rasta is not a normal regular support. If you were
Yes.
Dazzle or Omni, then I would say doesn't matter if your carry is diving tier 4s or Fountain when you have tier 1s alive. You need to just stick with him and keep him alive. Try to keep him
Okay.
alive.
Yep.
But as Rasta, you're not going to be doing that. Um, you have to recognize what your hero does. So your hero takes towers. When you've got level 6, you don't want this level 6 to be off cooldown. I'm not saying just when half your team is fighting here. you go here and throw the wards down. I'm
Mhm.
saying when they're being idiots and diving like this or not doing anything, let's say everybody was farming, then you want to try and push this lane out. Ask somebody, come guys, somebody come, just anybody come, and
Exactly.
let's take this tower. And as soon as one person comes, you do want to ward down here in the high ground next to this, whichever as a support, whichever tower you want to take or whichever tower you think you're going to take, you want a ward close to it. Even if, let's say, you guys take this tower and this tower is at, or this tower is down, you guys just took this tower, and the next tower you're going to take is most likely going to be either this one or this one. So, what you want to
Mhm.
do is preemptively, let's say it's 5 minutes down the line when you're actually going to take the tower, but preemptively, for this tower, you can put a ward down here. You can also put a ward up here. Actually, these two
Yeah.
spots are just fine. Or you
Mhm.
can go like sneak in behind this area, put a ward down here, but just put a preemptive ward down. And for this tower, you put a ward down here. For this tower up here, you can put a ward down here, or even this middle high ground is nice.
Mhm.
And for this tower, obviously, easiest ward in the world. And for
Yep.
this tower, this ward. And when you're pushing high ground, if you can
Sneak one in.
safely, yeah, if you have eighth lens, it's super easy.
Yeah.
You just smoke and you pretty much stand here and you can put it down. Or if you don't have an ether lens, you have to get all the way close to here. You need to practice this in the custom lobby. See the exact spot where it is.
Yeah, I've done. I do it every time we push to the high ground.
Okay.
I'm pretty familiar with it, but the 8 to 1 definitely makes life way
Oh
easier.
yeah, definitely. So right here, I would have liked you to push out this lane at this time
Okay.
instead of going here with these guys. You could have easily pushed out this lane because these guys are gonna bring this entire creep wave down pretty low. And you could have actually asked, can I pause? How can I? There we go. You could have asked Ursa to just kill this creep wave, and then that way you
And
have
then
a
that way I could
full.
draw my. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you easily drop it because you just killed two people, so nobody's gonna actually come and defend this, and nobody can defend this. So you just put your boards down and take a quick, easy, free tower. What this does is then you open up more space for Ursa to take Rosh on
Yeah.
essentially. But now Ursa is gonna die most likely. Oh, he took Rosh. When did he take Rosh? I have not been.
Before 10 minutes, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, I don't know what we were
No, yeah,
doing.
you remember you were telling me about the Roche wards. See the one up by their secret shop that I
Ah,
put up
okay.
there to secure his Roshan. We killed the Earthshaker.
Okay, yeah. I remember now. I remember now.
But yeah, we
And
totally should have stayed there at bottom, taken that T1, and then rotated
yeah,
mid out
definitely.
because.
Because now what happens is, yes, you are getting kills. You guys are getting kills, but the whole time, so 13 minutes, Sven has been farming. Except
Mm-hmm.
one time when you guys did go top and kill him. Apart from that, he's just been farming. And you don't expect in the 2K bracket for carries to have a high amount of farm. Like he's got
Yeah.
65 CS at 13 minutes, 13 minutes, which isn't too bad, but
Mm-hmm.
it's not like it's not showing that he's got free farm for 13 minutes. And at the
Yeah.
same time, this guy is also farming, free farming. And for you guys, nobody's farming. Pretty much nobody's farming. You're all
Yep.
just trying to get kills at this time. And throwing the wards down here is not very good again. Um,
Okay.
okay, so two things. When you see that you guys have actually secured the tower, and
Mm-hmm.
now you've got all five people here, so you don't need the wards
We're
because
gonna smash that down in a second.
that
So it's
and
just a waste
also
of wards. Yeah.
that's not the only thing. The other thing is nobody's actually going to come and defend it.
Yeah,
Because
that's
if
true
you
too.
see a TP happening, as soon as you see a TP happening, you throw the wards down and you run for your life because you're really low. And
Yep.
let's say you were full health, then you just wait for somebody to TP and you shackle and kill them. But you don't put the wards down if you don't suspect that either somebody's going to defend it or you've got only one person here. Then you can throw the wards down and take the tower quickly. But because right now, what you guys could have done is you could have kept pushing and put the wards down on tier 2 and taken that for free pretty much because nobody's going
Exactly.
to come and defend it. This
Mm-hmm.
guy, okay, what do you call it? There you go. He's going first item. Um, Radiance. He still doesn't have it at 13 minutes. So this guy is not going to be able to defend it. If he comes in, he's going to die again. Sven, you haven't checked Sven's items, but if you had, you would have seen that he's got nothing so far, and he's not going to come and defend it as well. So this was a free tier 2 if
Yep.
you had placed the tower, placed the wards
Mm-hmm. Just need to.
at tier 2. But This is still fine. The only thing I will say is you're really low health, and you
Yes.
just took a tower. You don't have wards. This is time for you to go back to base, get your tome of knowledge, get your set of wards, full health, and go back to whichever lane you want to go to. But this is not the time to stay here, and you need to obviously tell your um, team that
Yep.
I'm
Be
going back to
careful. Yeah, I'm
base.
leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think
So
I'm actually heading back now because I did buy all those things. But I should have just TP'd back.
no, no,
Instead.
no. The walking
No.
back is fine. Walking back is
Okay.
fine. Walking back is fine because solo.
And I can TP
Well,
out.
see, this is the other thing. Like, if you were a defensive support, I would have said walk back to base and see where you need to TP in. But in your case, being a Rasta, you're gonna go to wait top lane. No, you're gonna go to bot lane.
Bottom.
That's
Yeah.
pretty much it. So you could have just TP'd back to base and walked down bot. So
That's
you know
true.
what? It doesn't really make any difference because
Mm-hmm.
it's the same amount of time.
Yep.
For Rasta. But for if you were a different support, a defensive support, then obviously you need to walk back and see where you need to TP to
Mm-hmm.
help where your team is, so you can
Definitely.
TP back to them. And you have had a lot of wards for a while. You haven't placed them,
Mm-hmm.
and again, you've secured these two lanes, right?
Yes.
There's no tower here.
Reason for.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and now what you need is aggressive wards. So this ward is useless, absolutely
Okay.
useless. Um, if you'd put this ward, oh, God damn it, I hate this. Okay, here we go. If you'd put this ward in either of these places, it would have been medium okay, and
Okay.
ideally this ward should have gone here, one ward,
Okay.
ideally, because this tower is alive, and this is what you want to push. This is where you want to be. Um, this is pretty much where your team is next going to go. So you need
Yep.
vision around this area. And
Okay.
not, having a ward here would have been medium good as well, because let's say your team does not have the capacity to go to the tower, you still want to see if the enemy is farming around here. So Slark has
Yes.
Shadow Blade now. He does not have Shadow Blade. Let's say 15 minutes in, Slark does have a Shadow Blade, or Ursa has a Blink, and you want to gank somebody here. So having a high ground ward here, you see Alchemist, he's farming here. He's
Mm-hmm.
probably going to go to this camp. So you tell Ursa, let's TP here and then go and kill him, or Slark and Shadowblade or whatever. You just have vision on the enemy here and you know where they are, but
Exactly.
this ward is not doing anything for you.
Okay.
Similarly, very similarly, this ward now, you need this ward if you suspect the enemy is actually coming into your tower. This is a defensive ward. You don't want defensive ward. You guys are winning. Your team score is 15-1, so you guys are pretty much owning them. So you need as offensive wards as possible. You want to
As
see
possible. Yeah.
where all five of them are. Obviously, they're on their side of the map. They're not on your side of the map.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to see where all of them are, so that your Ursa can kill them as many times as you possibly can. Make them afraid to go out of this area, so that
Okay.
you can actually secure all the outer
Secure
tier
theirs.
towers. Yeah, all the outer towers, and then take Rosh, and then try to push high ground. So this ward should have either you could have actually gotten a deep ward right now, but
Mm-hmm.
ideally this ward should have gone here, so you secure this tower pretty quickly.
The T1. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what you should have done earlier, much earlier on, and you had plenty of opportunities as well.
Okay.
Uh, just you need to just think about where you need vision before just placing wards. Like thinking like, okay, I have a ward, I just want to put it down. So that's you're playing Dota. You need to think. Okay,
Okay.
so this ward, this is a good ward if you only if you fear that they're gonna deward it up here. If you
Okay.
check,
Yeah.
yeah, if you check their inventory and you see,
And see
okay,
sentries and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, then placing a ward here is fine. But ideally, this ward up here top is
Provides more
best
vision.
because yeah, it provides more vision. Yeah, I see you wanted to go and kill that guy, but Slark just wouldn't have any.
You said no.
Yeah, yeah. Ursa made a little bit of a mistake coming in vision here
Yeah.
because
Now they're spooked.
yeah,
Legion's gone. He kills Legion, actually, I'm pretty sure.
yeah, but then he's gonna die,
Yeah. Or no, he doesn't kill Legion.
so he's most likely not gonna die.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh
Then
yeah. See, he raged at us because we got stuck behind the wall. We couldn't save him. I'm like, dude, we got stuck behind the wall. Like, then he turns, gets that kill.
Ooh.
Warts came out.
Hey, when I said if your team is diving, don't go with your team.
Hmm.
You did that here. And worst of all, you put the wards down. So putting the wards down for a team fight is not too bad. But when your team is diving, so let's say if this exact thing had happened, I don't know, here in your
Okay.
jungle, or
Uh,
or maybe here, or anywhere where it's not actually dive, then you can justify it and say, well, we got ganked and I had to put the wards down. Right now, you
yes.
actually can't justify it because your team were being idiots. They were diving unnecessarily. The tower is being pushed in. Go take the tower. You
Hmm.
know. Also, shouldn't have gone on to this guy when he missed that first blink or when he missed that first chance. The guy did keep blink out. Then you don't go in. You don't go
Yes.
in, and you tell him just back out.
Yeah, it
So
was a little impulsive.
yeah, so it's natural for a solo support to go and help his team, but as Rasta, you can't do that. You don't offer anything
Yep.
except for again that one hex, and then just stand and
Shaman.
immobilize yourself
Yeah,
as well. So,
that's true.
which is great against what's his name, Sven, but uh, three they have three cores, three
Yep.
hard hitting cores. So
Yeah.
this is more or less useless skill at this point in the mid game. To be honest, I would have actually left it at level 1, and I
Okay.
would have farmed
And
with
went with the Aether.
farmed with the chalk
Ether.
a
Yeah.
little bit or pushed out the lanes or whatnot. Because now, if you any of these heroes, you shackle one person, somebody else is gonna kill you, stun you, whatever.
Yes.
So this is not being used. Whereas if they had, let's say, a solo core, let's say just a Sven, and then what you could have done is you could have rushed um, Glimmer Cape. You glimmer in, you shackle their carry, and that's it. You win the team fight.
Yep. Win the game. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
No, you're
but
right.
in
And
in the
I never really played Rasta, and I
okay,
feel like well, I mean, I have quite a few games on him. Nothing over 100, but I know those wards are serving a purpose for pushing and stuff like that. But I've
yeah,
never really.
thought about.
I totally see now from the outside looking in how he is like one of the worst supports that could have been picked with this lineup, especially being the solo support.
Well, it's not. I
Not the
wouldn't
worst,
just.
but it just
I
doesn't
wouldn't say. Yeah, and I wouldn't say it's just the worst. It is pretty bad for this lineup. But the other thing is that if you do have, you are stuck with it. You need to use it to its
to the
strengths, not
best.
try
Yeah.
to make up for what your team lacks. You're not gonna. You can't turn him into a dazzle. You can't
Yeah.
just start making, what do you call it?
Hack.
Mechanisms and things like that. You're like, oh guys, I'm gonna heal you. That's just not gonna work because
Hmm.
it doesn't go with your skill set. What you need to do, you still need to do what your skill set does, and you need to try and maximize the impact that you're gonna have
Yes.
in the game. So it's tough. You make your life harder, but definitely does not mean that you don't have a chance of winning the game. The only thing I
Yes.
say to everybody is, just before any item that you make, think about it. Any skill that you level up, think about it. How Okay, so as supports, you guys level up. Supports got level up a lot slower. So you don't want to max out a skill or something like that, just thinking like, oh, right now I need this shackle. But you only need the shackle up until 15 minutes into the game. After that, shackle is useless, pretty much
Yeah.
useless. So you need to think, okay, I'm not going to be I'm not going to be higher than level 10 at minute 20, which is when I need other spells. And I'm still going to just have Shackle, which I'm going to be at level, which is going to be level 4. I'm not using it at all. And now I
Yeah.
just used, a single target 140 damage, which cost me 95 mana at minute 18 to get 1 CS.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah.
And also, that's going to be pretty much the only nuke that you offer for your team. So,
For the team. Yeah.
yeah. Are you getting
Yeah.
muted then?
He's. And I mean, it's good that I picked this replay. I mean, the Ursa does well. Eventually the farm goes to the Sven, and the Alchemist gets fat and gets Radiance,
Yeah.
and we lose the game. But I usually do play mostly like healing and defensive
Okay.
supports. I really don't play much of the pushing or the any heroes like Rhasta and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I like
And
seeing them too, though. But
And to
anyway,
be
that's
honest,
side note.
And to be honest, if you go back to the thing that I said earlier, putting the ward down and people using information, you put a ward
Mm-hmm.
down here and you all five died right here.
Yep.
So what does that tell you?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like what is the point in this bracket of even putting down wards? You never want to like always use all the wards in the inventory. Don't do that. Don't bother with it.
Okay.
Just have key wards. At any time you just want wards, like try to keep two wards on the map, and most often try to keep a ward in one of the rune spots, and then the other ward near a tower that you think you're most likely gonna push. And if you want to put three wards, then like just put wards near the towers that you're gonna push and near the
Mm-hmm.
rune spots. Any other
Okay.
wards, funky lane wards or tinker wards or any side, nowhere else. You don't want to bother
Yep.
with any wards because nobody's gonna use them. They had a ward here and they chose to fight here, dive here. Actually, I would rather say. So you know,
Yeah.
what are you gonna do?
Yep. That's true.
And also when it comes to making sure you have the right items. Now, Aethelens. So, what was your idea behind Aethelens?
Um, More distance from me to them, so I could catch them. I guess if we're chasing, and disable within the team fight as well from a safer distance.
Okay, and do you think that they
Hopefully,
could have
avoid getting dueled.
now knowing what your hero does? Do you think there could have been a better item for you than
Probably
Aethelens?
Ags.
Definitely Ags. Definitely
Um,
Ags.
Definitely
Um,
Ags for this.
but I think even better than Ags is always the invis item. God damn it, Glimmer Cape.
Glimmer Cape, yeah, Glimmer Cape.
Not just for yourself. Well, on Rasta, I would just use it on myself, and I wouldn't even bother with the cores.
Mm-hmm.
But even on the cores, putting it on one of your cores, if he's got stunned by Ursa or something,
Yeah,
or this guy, you just put Glimmer Cape on them and you save them.
keep
And
them
the other
safe.
thing is like you can just Glimmer Cape yourself and go and shackle someone, because otherwise your shackle. Even now, if you shackle someone, they've got so many stuns. Even if
Mm-hmm.
you have Aethelens, Axe can reach you. This guy can blink on you. This alchemist has a pretty damn long range on his
Stun.
concoction. Yeah, this guy's got a projectile long range stun as well. So they've even with Aethelens, you're gonna be there for 5 seconds,
It's true.
pretty much
Yep.
exactly 5 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
So anybody can stun you. So having Aethelens doesn't really benefit you that much
Yep. Yeah.
in this particular game.
Yeah. I
So
mean, say we had like a Omni Knight on our team who was
yeah.
helping me support, then maybe it would make a little bit of sense, more sense.
And not even then Aethelens, because they've
No.
just got so many stuns and they've got so many ways to
Yeah.
deal with you, that even to be honest, what do you call it, Glimmer Cape. If you
Mm-hmm.
don't Glimmer Cape yourself, if somebody actually, let's say Ursa actually sees you Glimmer Caping in, so he's got an AoE stun which lands on the ground and
Yeah.
stuns, so he can even disable you. So I would have, to be very honest, I would have just rushed Ags here and
Okay.
rushed Ags Refresher here,
Yeah.
and
So redo the skill set. I mean, focus on the farming so that I can use my hero for what it's. It's.
I wouldn't say focus on the farming. I would rather say focus on the nuking. Yeah, you're gonna farm with that nuke, but your intention should be that I'm actually getting it as a nuke and not as farming. A nuke
That
meaning
is
like you're
farming.
gonna nuke the enemy team, not nuke creeps. But obviously,
Creeps.
if you see a free lane, you're of course gonna nuke it, man.
Mm-hmm. That's
You know,
true.
it pushes in the waves as well quicker for you. If your team is doing diving behind towers or whatnot, you can push in the lane, throw down the wards. Yeah, they
Yep.
might, two three of them will die, two three of them enemy will die, but you will take an objective.
Mm-hmm.
So, and also against a hero like Sven, uh, he does a huge amount of damage, but he doesn't
Yeah.
really usually have a lot of attack speed, especially in the
Mm-hmm.
early on. So your wards do a lot because he actually needs to hit them more. Not damage doesn't matter; it's attack speed, so it's pretty good against him as well. So like you actually managed to get a 4 second, 3 4 second stun off, but this is
Mm-hmm.
exactly what I meant. Like there's so many ways.
Blink
AA
duel.
blast was yeah, AA blast
Yeah.
was coming on top of you. This guy dueled you. Anybody else could have stunned you as well, and the whole time you didn't put wards down,
Mm-hmm.
while even though you were at the tower. So again, going back to the point where what does your hero do? Your hero's main job is putting down the wards. Now, if you'd actually put down the wards here and then shackled him, let's look at his health. He's got beginning of the team fight. He had what the hell happened here? Yeah, he has 1400 health, right? X
Yep.
does call him, and your wards do 65. Okay, now I can't even calculate that because it's 65 splash damage.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I don't know because it's splash damage, so it's gonna do a
Yeah.
little bit. No, wait, splash damage just affects other people. So it's
Yes.
110 damage per, was it 9 words? I don't even
9,
know.
I think. 10. 10.
10 words. So really?
No, it's 65.
Oh
You're
no,
right.
it's
You're reading it right.
65.
Attack damage
No,
65. Scepter attack damage 110.
yeah. So 65 times 10
650
is
damage. Yeah.
650 damage. Is
Minus
that
his reductions.
per attack?
Yeah.
Holy shit! No way, dude. I need to
Mm-hmm.
check this.
I
I
think.
need
At
to
least.
check this. That does not look right, dude.
That's high.
That is too high.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's before reductions, but still, that's way too high. It's more around like 250, 300. All right, let's see. 8 words. Right. First of all,
Oh,
it's 8 words. Oh,
there we
wait.
go.
10 words. No, it is 10 words. Holy shit.
What the heck?
Okay.
Okay.
Number of words is 10. Splash radius 175. Duration. Where did the damage go? Damage 40, 60. It is 60 damage. Wait, what did it say here? 65? It
Mm-hmm.
says 65 here, and it says 60 here. Okay, 65. What?
Is it because it's piercing damage?
I do not know. But I
That's
thought
interesting.
it changed from piercing to regular. Okay, let's just read this. Yeah, it's just physical damage. It's regular physical
Yeah.
damage now. It used to
Yeah.
be piercing, which
Okay.
was less to heroes. But it doesn't say the total damage. It said really 60 damage per 65
Yeah.
damage per. That is too much. 65 times 10. That means 650 damage on one hit. That is not right, dude. Okay, after this, we're going to go to the custom lobby and actually
Yeah,
check
we
this
see
out.
how that works.
Because that
Yeah.
is bloody hell, that's too much. Anyway, so if that is true, then you definitely could have gotten 2 or 3 hits of all 10 of them off on this guy, and he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
So,
Deleted.
yeah, he does not have Warcry off as well. I mean, it's on cooldown, so he would have died. He has a fair bit of damage, so maybe. Oh yeah, of course, Axe. So Axe would have killed him. So yeah, he would have died. But definitely, you would have done a shit ton of damage to the tower.
Mm.
And after you put the wards down, yeah, you can die. That's fine. You've used
Yep.
you've used both your skills, and you put down the wards. You take the tower. You do a lot of damage. You've done your job. You can go. So imagine if this guy had died already. So Ursa would have been killing him. Maybe he does kill him. Maybe he doesn't kill him. You do take the tower.
Yeah.
Still not very wonderful trade, but I think you guys still would have lost this team fight the way it went. But obviously, having those wards there, at the very least, you could have taken an objective. But obviously, what the main point is that you actually didn't do
Yeah.
put the wards down. And also, when
Awards.
you are making a Aether Lens, try to use these. Try to use the energy booster from your arcane boots.
Okay.
You actually ended up buying a new one, which I think was a mistake. Because again, yes, your cooldown, your spells are really high cooldown, but the longer you go into this game, the less you're going to be able to use your spells. In fact,
Sure.
it's pretty much only Hex and Aether Shock, Ether Shock, Ether
Yeah.
Shock that you're going to be using for the rest of this time. So you don't even need mana boots. You throw
Yeah.
this in. And you only need mana boots when you get refresher.
Okay. Yeah, that makes
So,
sense. Yeah. Yeah, that is kind of a waste of money. Yeah. 900
uh,
gold.
yeah, yeah. Also,
Could
at
have
this
put
point in time, there are no wards on the map, whereas you have 2 wards.
no
So
vision.
Yeah, like when you were going up here, what you could have done is first gone here and placed a ward up here because you are gonna take sometime in the future. You're gonna take
T2s.
this tower. So let's say even if all of you die, and then right now you're respawning, you're like, dude, there's a ward up here. Let's go take the top tower, bot tower. Sorry. Or you smoke in and you go and place a ward here, secure Roshan, or even put a ward up here because this high ground ward is gonna see their movements from coming in here. Okay, he just casually walks by and then
Yep.
he realizes somebody was here and you die, and you are dead.
Yep.
Could have hexed one. Could have hexed one and shackled the other one,
Yeah.
but you know that was a panic.
Definitely.
That
It
was
was
just-
it was a panic move like my last ditch effort.
It's not too bad because you guys got 3 kills
3 in
for
Roche.
2, and you also
Yeah, but
got
watch
one
this.
buyback,
Watch
and you got
this
a
Sven.
rush.
Watch what Sven does.
Oh, boom, boom, boom!
Wipes everyone.
Yeah, this game's over
Yep.
at this point.
No,
And you know something that could have avoided this? A ward here or a ward here.
Yeah.
So, and you had wards.
I did.
So if you had placed earlier when you were going here, if you'd placed a ward here, then you would have had vision in this area. And when you
Yeah.
were going up this way just now to place a ward here, you would have known Earthshaker is going to be there. So you would have gone up here. You might maybe just come in here and put a ward, high ground ward up here.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Also, you going in, you guys all smoked for this. You guys,
did.
all of you smoked for Roshan. And you know who showed them that a person is here?
Me.
Yeah. They had no idea. In
No,
fact,
yeah, they flamed.
they had
I mean, they didn't
such a
flame me, but
they had
Yeah.
such a small idea that this guy actually didn't
Yeah.
even see you and just walked off.
so
So
true.
it's very likely they actually had a ward here, which is why he actually, when he checked his mini map, he's like, nobody's here. So he just kept walking, and then suddenly somebody appears. So that's probably why. Actually, let's have a look if they did have.
See if they did have a ward. Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they have no wards on the map.
Yeah.
They're
they're all up top. They got 3 up top.
See. Yeah,
So
they
I
don't
did.
have.
Yeah, if I wouldn't have shown right there, then
Yeah.
it
And
would've
you could
probably
have
went
just
fine.
walked. You could have just walked up here and placed a ward
there.
over here,
Okay.
or even placing a ward on your side. If you have no vision here on your side, they would have given you vision on this area. You would have actually seen Earthshaker as well.
Yeah.
So pretty bad move.
Deleted. These guys get wrecked.
But the other thing is, any Ursa player should know. Anybody trying to take Rosh should know that you can't take Rosh without vision. You shouldn't take Rosh without vision. So
Yeah.
it's never one person's fault. So let's see. You placed wards here. You don't want to play. Okay, so you're just trying to delay their push, so that's fine. Ideally, you don't want to place wards unless your team is nearby because it's just 2 hits. It's not damage; it's just hits. It's just holy cow. Let's see. This is where we can see actually. She's got 910 damage. Pretty much, she takes all 10 hits from this.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude.
Okay. Let's see. Do we
It's about
have?
500. Yeah.
Do we have log? Hacker, where are you?
Shadow Shaman up top.
Shadow Shaman, Legion Commander, refresh. What?
That's pretty
Okay,
insane.
she went from 919 to 457. So that's almost 500 damage.
Yeah.
So pretty much 650 after before reductions.
Because she had
Holy
34
yeah,
armor.
She got a fair amount of armor. Holy cow, these serpent wars do a shit ton of damage, dude.
Yeah, man.
That means 130 damage with Ags times 10. That's 1,130 damage per attack. Oh my god, I need to start playing Rhasta a bit more.
Right?
Yeah, and the tower actually has, let's see how much health the tower has. Armor and health. Now, it starts now. Okay, 22 armor, which means that it is doing 56% reduced damage, but which also means that with Ag's wards, you're doing somewhere around 500 damage to a tower, slightly less than 500. I wonder if the armor aura affects. This
The
should be it.
tower itself, I don't
Yeah,
think it does.
no, it's not. So it is. It's 56, about 60%. So you're doing around 400 damage with your Ag's wards per hit. So roughly around per second. So in about 5 max seconds, you actually take this tower
Yeah,
with
it's
Ags.
true.
A single Ag warrior with refresher within okay 1200, 1500. I would say about 10 seconds you take this entire thing.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
So it's you know you need to place your wards a lot more smarter.
Definitely.
Not to mention it's got splash damage as well. So if
Exactly.
somebody is standing near the tower,
They're going to
they're
be
also
taking
getting
that damage, yeah.
yeah. I mean, at this point, Alchemist is super farmed. Legion Commander has got 80 damage. She's got lots of farm. This guy's got lots of farm. And then you go over to this guy. He's completely useless in a fight.
He bought an axe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. That's what he gets for making Ags. Oh, he didn't die. That's a shame. Okay, he did die. That's fine. Um,
Right.
and Ursa's got the right items, but at this point in time, the enemy is
It's
just
just,
so
yeah.
far. This guy has got 12-minute items at 30 minutes into the game. So, yeah, game's over.
Yeah, very much so.
Um, if you are behind, the wards you need, to be honest, in this game, it went from you were winning to you were losing so damn quickly. Look at this. This is this doesn't even like properly like even on this at this point you guys were kind of winning
Yeah.
and it dipped down. I think this is around this area time was the Roche fight. I think,
Yes.
mm, and after the Roche fight, you just haven't been able to go outside your lane, and you can't really put any wards down. But let's say if you had any space at all, you could go and put a ward up here and a ward up here. Most likely, when you put a ward up here, you're gonna
Yeah.
die for that. So it's not worth taking the risk. Small thing you can do is you can smoke and start walking up here. As soon as the smoke breaks, you go back.
Just run
But
away, yeah.
yeah, but it's it's tough at this point. They've got a couple of this guy's got blink, this guy's got blink, this guy's got invis, so you actually can't. Yeah, you couldn't have done that. So now that you do have a tower down, it's very important to put a sentry down here. And so what I like to do is put a sentry around this area on
Okay.
this guy, and put an observer here. And the reason why I do that is because the sentry will have an obs board has 1800 vision,
Hmm.
1600 vision. Sorry, 1600 vision. This guy's got only 850 vision. So when you've got an observer standing here and a sentry here, then you actually get um, you will see an invis person coming in from roughly about the edge of the sentry.
Oh, shoot.
So yeah,
Wow.
an invis
Okay.
person standing here, you will be able to see him all the way up till here. And obviously, you don't care if an invis person is here, right?
Mm,
You care if the invis person is like you want to see them before as far
there.
from this area as
Yeah.
possible. So if you do put a sentry here and observer here, then what's going to happen is you're going to see all the way up till here, but an invis person you're only going to see from here onwards. So one invis guy could be standing here, and you're standing here thinking, "Oh, there's nobody. I've got a sentry," and suddenly, boom, he blinks or something, or there's only 850 range, so before you know
Exactly.
it, he's going to be on top of you. So you need a sentry further down, uh, further from your opposition. And actually, you know what? We can actually quit this game now. I want to
Okay.
see a little bit more of Rasta's damage. Talking about orbs and sentry vision, a small trick you can do is when you have an observer, you're obviously going to put the observer as far close to, let's say this is your, mid tower.
Hmm.
So when you click on this observer, you can see the exact vision, 1600 vision. So what you
Yeah.
can do is you can buy a sentry, and then when you're placing the sentry, you click this guy, and you see, stop moving, goddammit. Oh, okay, I've got auto attack on. The vision goes all the way up till this point. So
Uh,
if there's something on that point on the ground, so I'll just take this point here, so I can actually put the sentry like slightly further back. So now my sentry vision is up till this point, and my observer vision is also up till roughly this point. So now if somebody does walk in, I'm gonna see them as soon as possible, instead
that
of
makes
them
sense.
coming all the way, up till here when I start to see them first.
Also, if they're dewarding, they won't see the observer ward up top because it's on the high ground. Unless they come up on the high ground.
If they put an obs here, sorry,
Yes.
sentry here, they are
Then
gonna
they'll
see
see
it.
it,
Yeah,
yes.
they are gonna see it. But if they are coming up there with the sentry, the
Yeah.
dewarding is the least of your problems.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, let's see. Let's see. Finax as well. So we expect roughly 400 damage. Uh, so we expect it to fall below 800.
Thank you.
No, it doesn't do that much.
Did about 200, yeah.
It's yeah, 375. It's just over 200.
Yep.
Still took about 5 seconds. Oh my god. Still took about 5 seconds,
Hmm.
and it is a shit ton of damage. Let's see what it does to an axe. Oh no, no. So axe has one armor, so it should just kill him. Just barely. The bloody creeps hadn't killed him first. Alright, let's see. Let's do it again. Alright. Can I actually stop attacking? Oh wow, nice. Right.
Sweet.
So now let's do one attack. Okay. So 600 damage. That
Yeah.
is a lot. So much
Hey, good
damage.
job. You got a triple kill.
Nice, I know, on one person. All right. So I don't understand. If it is physical damage,
Yeah.
then it should be doing a little bit more. Should be doing a little bit more. So I don't understand why this is happening. Anyway, I will look into this a little bit more.
Okay.
The damages don't add up. Either way, it is a shit ton of damage,
Yeah.
and it does take towers really quickly. So you ideally never want to put the wards down, um, unless it's the tower.
Yeah.
Let's see. This is why I hate Rasta, because I lose
Yeah.
so much. You need you need a like a proper lineup for Rasta.
That's true.
You can't solo support with Rasta,
Yeah.
and most likely every time, look at this, every time I am gonna have a
Yeah.
loss, it's most likely gonna be where I'm solo supporting. So
Yeah.
this is again a solo support. Oh yeah, Blink Dagger. I completely forgot about Blink Dagger.
Hmm.
Blink Dog Dagger is so key on this hero.
Shaman.
It's yeah, like Blink Hex is always extremely good. If they've got something like this where it's a solo core or a dual core even, but within like somebody like Ember, having a Blink Hex is so huge,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
huge.
No doubt. That
So
makes
Blink is
sense.
definitely one of the items you definitely need to keep in mind.